I think there is no right or wrong, because whatever we are trying to do is to support individual students with disabilities.
Hi, my name is Becky Goodman. I'm a cowboy coach here at the University of Wyoming as well as a student. My major is criminal justice with a concentration in pre-law. Today I'm here with...
Hi everyone, my name is Ling Zhang. I'm an assistant professor of special education at the College of Education at University of Wyoming.
So I'm seeing that you were awarded $50,000 from EIDU to deliver interactive personalized learning to students in Kenya. And I want to know a little bit more about what you're developing and kind of about how that experience was for you.
Yeah, so I think that's a very interesting and a cool project. So my computer scientist colleagues from the University of Kansas, we partner with the European organization called IDU. So they have developed personalized mobile learning system for students in Kenya. So students can interact with the system, can get tailored instruction and tailored practices, so that can be more effective for their learning experiences. The instructional content including mathematics and literacy. So that's the major two areas for students to engage with. So I think another third-party entity or whatever company developed those content for the system. My colleagues and myself, we are developing this new algorithm based on students' past experiences. Maybe the students have interact with the mobile systems in a very specific way, and then in their future interactions with the mobile system, that can be more effective or it can be more personalized. So our work has been focused on the personalization piece and how can we make sure the content the student engage with is tailored to their specific needs and or their interest. We also consider the interest piece. So we are still in this phase of testing the new algorithm with the system. So the students in Kenya, I think they are still using the system, and we are very close to getting the data for us to analyze whether the new system or upgraded system work better, can support students have a better outcome.
So if you were able to take someone with a certain disability and then you're able to look at how they interact with the algorithm, you're able to almost copy that algorithm for someone with a similar disability, so they're able to have an easier time to interact with that piece of technology, if I'm getting that right?
Yeah, so I think that will be our future work, unfortunately. So for this one, we don't have the disaggregated data for students without disabilities. We don't have the data yet. We have the aggregated data, but we also had conversations already with the organization, the researchers from there. So for the future phase of the study or of the project, so we can identify more specifically, like students with disabilities, right? The unique needs and how they interact with the system, and if we have enough accessibility features of the system, or learning system. So that's the future conversation, but we're just right now working on in general, students interact with the system. So if we have this personalized learning system for all students, right, and students with disability won't feel, I don't want to use this AT because that may, like other people think I have disability and to this support, something like that. Every student have unique needs. So that's why personalized learning support, personalized system, so will make everybody feel special and everybody feel supported. Hopefully, so we will have some interesting data, and that can give us some ideas in terms of next phase and be more specific, individual student level data.
What is one serious problem in education that you believe hasn't been solved yet?
Talking from the perspective of supporting students with disability, because that's where my research focuses on. So still people have this misconception. Okay, students with disabilities, maybe they have their own classrooms or learning environment. They don't need to be in the general education settings or classroom. And also sometimes we have some questions about, oh, wow, can they do that? They mean students with disabilities do that, maybe some challenging activities, learning activities, something like that. Here in the States, after the special education law, IDEA has been, I think it's almost 50 years, so made lots of progress in supporting students with disability in the general education setting, inclusive setting, right? But sometimes we still hear some concerns around students being educated in the general education setting with their peers without disabilities. Researchers have been arguing about the best setting, best educational setting for students with disabilities. We need to consider students' unique needs. I think probably the biggest challenge is how. I think everybody probably, yes, great, let's work together to support students, no matter the students have IEP, has disability or do not have disability. Let's work together, let's just work hard. But sometimes I think, yes, the challenge is how. I mean, so with all those teacher shortage in either special education or general education, sometimes general education teacher probably won't have the desire, have the motivation, like special education teacher have the desire, have the motivation. I think there is no right or wrong, because whatever we are trying to do is to support individual students with disabilities. That's why we have this continuum environment for students with disability based on their unique needs, based on IEP decision making, the whole collaborative decision making. That individualization is the key, or is the core or the cornerstone for of the special education. But if they don't receive enough resources, supports in terms of how to support students with disability in the inclusive setting. So I think that's the biggest challenge. It's a little bit heartbreaking when we run into or have students come to us saying, I'm sorry, I probably will leave the field because there's too much work and I don't know how to do. And I just don't have enough support. I just have so much stress or pressure or something like that. So I think that comes down to this big question, the big challenge, how to support teachers in supporting their students in the classroom setting, especially inclusive settings. So I think that's the biggest challenge for sure.
Right. And I think that the debate about the inclusive versus exclusive setting is so strong, and it is a very valid debate, but also we could also focus on making sure that both are being equally paid attention to, because they both are equally valuable, because like you said, every individual person is different, and just like every single person who has a disability is going to learn different. And so that focus on what is going to make students better is a lot of the support coming from teachers. And I think that also this field is lacking mental health support as well for a lot of what researchers do and a lot of what teachers do, because it can be a lot. But do you think that AI could potentially help with that?
I mean, yeah, short answer is yes. But again, it's based on recommendations, right? Very carefully think about how. We have tons of tools, AI tools, maybe coming out every day. But I think the most important thing is how we can leverage those tools. Great, we have this tool that can reduce teacher workload. Yes, great. But that's not the only issue, right? It's another issue I think we touched upon a little bit. It's like lots of teachers are using AI on a daily basis, but the biggest concern is whether information from those tools is accurate or can literally support teachers' work and students in their classroom. So I think that, again, comes down to this biggest question, how. I think that's our work also, probably lots of work to be done in terms of how. I think the short answer, yes, but the longer answer is yes, and also need to be very carefully designed and think about the best approach of leveraging those tools.